Another absolutely wild day in the market today, but we got to talk about Roku stock because the entire day this stock was getting the crap beat out of it, down over 6.5%, and then they destroyed earnings, and the stock is up right now 7.3% after hours. It's actually kind of funny. All these kids who are selling the stock down here, probably being the same ones that are rebuying back in up here. It makes no sense to me. Roku's very solid. It's definitely the future. There's no doubt about that. But seeing stuff like this is just absolutely crazy. The stock down this much. At one point down over 8%, and then you have these people who are just going ahead and buying it all the way up here. After having an opportunity the entire day to buy it. But let's really break down their earnings because they were actually incredible. They posted a net income of $76.3 million, 54 cents a share, whereas a year earlier they were losing 54.7 million. So that's a big turnaround. Company's revenue is also huge, raising $574.2 million this quarter. Revenue and player revenue up very, very big. And analysts forecast expect Roku to report a loss of 13 cents a share on 492 million next quarter. So they think next quarter is actually going to be a little less than this quarter. But Roku has a lot of good stuff ahead of it. Advertising is going to be huge. Advertisers continue to follow audience and move budgets into TV streaming with Roku's monetized video ad impressions, which more than doubled year over year. So again, more big growth in important high profit areas such as advertisements. And Roku also added in 2.4 incremental active users, which now brings them to 53.6 million. That is a lot. That's a lot of active users using their product. And if you look at the market cap, it's still sitting at only a $36.2 billion market cap. Obviously, it is trading on its higher end. The year range is at 100 to almost 500 or 486, and now it's trading at about 300 right now. So it is trading a little bit higher than normal, but it's also down a lot, from where it was. This company was on an absolute tear, fell about 39%, and is now making its way back up now. But for the second quarter, Roku expects revenue of about 610 million. Analysts were projecting 550 million, but Roku's obviously putting out much more expected guidance. So obviously that's why the stock's up, because they put out guidance of almost 100 million more that they're expecting. Obviously now they have to fulfill that. So right now there's obviously going to be a bump, but next earnings quarter, if they can go ahead and meet those expectations, it proves the stock belongs where it is. But it's just another one of those great companies. I actually really like Roku because it cuts the cord in cable, and I could definitely see this thing continuing to run. I mean, you look at it back in May, this thing was like a $106 stock and has now run up over 100% since then. From the bottoms, over 330%. So a great company overall, and it's crazy that the stock was down 9% at one point today and is now up 7.5% after hours. Again, these people who panic sell after something goes down this much, it literally boggles my mind. Like it really boggles my mind that some people, they wait so long, and then finally when the stock is at its all-time lows, in the past couple months, then like, okay, now's a good time to sell. Sheep, absolute sheep. You deserve to lose your money. But yeah, so congrats to all the bulls on Roku. You guys are obviously making a fortune, especially if you bought calls at the end of the day or even intraday when it was down here, because that's up 12% since then. So you're printing huge. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on Roku. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace, guys.